everybody. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So, we have a new story for all of you guys today. Today is February 4th. Tomorrow's February 5th. I hope you guys are ready for whatever you guys are up to. So today's story, it is called The Phone Kept Calling with No Number. I guess we'll have to find out, see what the story talks about, some kind of haunted cell phone or a landline, like a home phone or whatever. So, anyway, Valentine's Day is in like 10 days. It's like a week away. So I hope you all ready for it. But I'm ready for it because I'm going out to dinner on the 14th of this month with my boyfriend. So if you guys like the restaurant that Chris and I go to, it is called Cheddar's. That is the name of the restaurant. It is my favorite restaurant in Omaha. So, yeah. So that's where we're going to celebrate Valentine's Day. Anyway, I hope you guys are ready for the new story. So, anyway, please click like, share, and subscribe. So, listen to the story very carefully because sometimes I kind of mess up the words. So, gotta listen to it very carefully. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment down below if you like to. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to a different town soon. Either this month or in March. It's probably going to be in March. Usually it's supposed to be this month, but I have other stuff going on. I have health problem thing going on right now. So, yeah. Anyway, we're still going to finish working on my book. It's just going to take a little while. So, anyway, we will put the book together. It's just going to take a little while. It could take another month or so, but yes. You can literally leave me a comment if you have anything going on right now. You can always leave me a comment. So if you have questions, please let me know. You know why my eyes always go different directions? It's because I'm tired. Literally, I'm like extremely exhausted, doing a lot of stuff like running errands, taking care of my house, like cleaning my house and doing like the dishes, feeding my cat, making sure everything's taken good care of. That sort of thing, and reminding my boyfriend that we need more stuff, like for the cat or something, because my cat is always crying because she's hungry. She wants something. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get started on this ghost story. And yes, I am also letting my boyfriend come to my podcast physically for like Halloween thing, like any special videos or whatever, special episodes. You can dress up whatever you like. I'm probably gonna get a new costume for Halloween anyway. Anyway, so let's get started on this ghost story. grab yourself something to drink, get some snacks, get under the covers, and let's go with the story now. So, oh hey, how are you doing? We are about to get the ghost story started. So just sit back, relax. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Okay, that's fine. I got myself a Diet Coke anyway. So let's get started on the ghost story. Just relax and listen very carefully on this story. Just get onto the covers. If you feel scared, you can like cover yourself with a blanket. It's okay. If you're scared of this story, you can always turn off the podcast. It's fine. No worries. So, anyway, just please click like, share, and subscribe to this channel, Ghosting with Anya. I go live twice a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays in the afternoon after my friend's podcast, and Wednesdays sometime in the morning, like either around 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning. So it is actually 10:50 in the morning. So yeah, let's get started on this story. It is season 4, episode 81. The phone kept calling with no number. Episode 81 of season 4. And let's do what we gotta do. So this is my real job. I love this job so much. I mean, I used to love working at the bookstore because it had a lot of supporters, grand opening, people loved coming in, buying books, hang out, just do their thing like normally, and then at the end of the day, they just go home and do their thing until it stopped getting supporters. So we shut it down. But now, if you guys want to listen to ghost stories, you can go on YouTube and check out my podcast. It's been a year now, but actually it's getting closer to 1 year. I actually started this podcast last April. So I have about 2 months until the anniversary of the day of my podcast. 1 year. I can do more than a year if I want to. I can do like for many years of this podcast. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. And I hope you guys, continue on supporting this. And this episode means a lot to me. All these episodes I have done since last April brought me joy and a lot of subscribers, stories that I could imagine getting, experience all that. I experienced very good of this podcast. I love doing podcasting. Before that, I didn't like podcasting because I would not know what they were talking about because I would never follow up with any podcasting. That is the reason why I don't literally listen to podcasting. I mean, like before I had my own podcasting show, I would not know where to start and how to get through this. So here's what my man says. He said, you should do a question and answer episode, no stories. Well, the thing is, Chris, I have to do a story before questions and answers. I mean, if I do questions, but I would not know which ones I have to do to get the answers for. But we'll figure it out. So, anyway, just sit back, relax, and let's get started on the story. The phone vibrated without sound, rattling faintly against the table. No number appeared on the screen, no missed call registered afterward. Sorry, my phone does that a lot. I don't know why. I hate when that happens. So let's continue on. When Anya answered, the room fell silent in a way that felt deliberate, as if sound itself had been dismissed. That's a little weird. I've never had that problem, but I did have that one call one time, like 10 years back in the past. Maybe a little over 10 years ago, I had this call and I answered it, but nobody else said anything because it was silent. I thought like I was being freaking pranked, and I just hung up because I thought someone else was pranking me. I thought it was someone like from years ago, but apparently they didn't say a word, so they just hung up, and I hung up as well. I tried to get them to answer me, but no one was there apparently on the other side of the phone. Like, I don't know. It's just too weird. So I never had that problem again. So let's continue on the story. She waited. Her own breathing sounded intrusive. Finally, a voice spoke, not loudly, not threateningly, but with quiet certainty. We know what you didn't say. Nothing followed. No explanation, no accusation, just that sentence, heavy and complete. That's a little creepy. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, this story is a little creepy, but that's how excited I can be. But it's either this kind of like my story, but it just, I don't know. I've never had anything like this before. So it just happens for no reason. Let's continue. After that night, the phone never rang again, but silence began appearing in other places. Pauses in conversation that lingered too long, rooms that felt padded, sound swallowed before it reached her ears. She realized silence could accuse more efficiently than noise ever could. Wow, it sounds like there's someone, I don't know, it's like someone is pranking her or just being a little stupid, you know? I mean, I've never had this problem when I got these weird prank phone calls. And when I answered it by saying hello and no one else spoke on the other side, I felt like, am I being punked right now? Is anyone outside pranking me? Or is it like some kind of creepy shit going on? That never happened to me ever again. Okay, this story's almost done anyway. Then we're going to go straight to questions. Eventually, the phone disappeared entirely. She didn't remember losing it. She only remembered what it knew. That's a little freaky. So here's what he says. Here, good prank call is your refrigerator running. Well, you better go catch it. I remember that one. It was so funny. But yeah, but it never actually happened. So anyway, let's go with the questions. This video can be a bit short if it wants to be. So I gotta finish reading Stephen King novel. Once I'm done with this episode, I'm probably gonna go upstairs and check on my friend Fearless. If you know who he is one of the podcasters that talks about his books and what other stuff going on. He talks about his journey going back to college, that sort of thing. His podcast is called Read with Fearless, but he hasn't done that in a while. Hopefully he can come back and do the podcast about books. So please check it out, called Read with Fearless. He's got a lot of podcast video thing. He does. So he's one of my good friends, and he is my producer because, he's the one who gives me a lot of ghost stories. He gets it from ChatGPT, and then he would text me on my doc office, which is on my phone. And this is how I get my ghost stories, and this is how I do my podcast. I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do. So, and he also helps me write my novel. We're both working very hard to, provide for both of our families. My family is Chris and our little kitty. We are a family of 3. So I'm doing this for them. So this is a real job, and I love doing this job. And it just, gets me, I just want to get where I want to be, famous, rich, and, I just want to be noticed through my podcasting and also as an author. And I would love for every one of you guys who would read all my books and listen to my podcasting on YouTube, because this is what I was meant to do, besides, going back to my old job. But no, I'm not going back to my old job. This is my job, and I choose to be a podcaster. I choose to do ghost stories and writing novels. So anyway, let's get started on this questions and try and figure out the answers to. Number 1, what gives silence power? Well, the silent power thing would be like if there's nobody else on the other side of the phone call, it's like nobody spoke, has not literally said a word, that's completely silent. It's like nobody wants to talk, and it's too quiet, and you never know what could go wrong. So if it's very silent, the power can go around anywhere. If you have the power to make people go silent, that might be the good power. But if it's too quiet, you're trying to talk, but there's no sound coming from, and you're scared something might go wrong. But that's what it is. Prank phone calls and no one speaks on the other side, that is just creepy. I've had that problem, but it only happened over 10 years ago. But since then, I've never had that problem. So let's go to number 2. Why is the accusation vague? The accusation. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know why it's vague. It's probably if you're trying to get someone to speak to you on the other side of the phone, it's kind of hard to get them to stop talking, maybe that sort of thing. You're like having a lot of problems, with people who like prank you and then they deny what they're doing, that sort of thing. That's some sort of accusation vague, that sort of thing. I mean, Chris, if you know what it is, leave me a comment down below. So let's go to number 3. Who might we represent? We probably might represent spirits, people who have passed on, try to communicate with the living for something, like say if Christopher, who is watching this video right now, let's say he's a ghost and he tried to communicate with me through the phone. I would try to talk to him and he's afraid that he might not remember what he was going to say, that sort of thing. And he's like weak, but he tries everything and nothing worked. If it was me, I would literally want to try and help him, but nothing's working again. But I represent the living and the dead at the same time. I mean, spirits can be represented by their own loved ones, that sort of thing. But I would want to represent my ancestors if they were still here watching over me right now. They probably are. So, yeah. I mean, here's a question for you, Chris. Who might we represent? If you know anything about that, please let me know. Who would you represent? Your family? Like your mom, your dad, or your sister? And, the kids? Would you? I probably would. So, I would probably just represent my entire bloodline. My ancestors, my dad, apparently, my own flesh and blood, who's still alive, but if my ancestors have passed away, I would still represent them. So let's go to number 4. What does unsaid truth carry? Memories. That's what it is. The truth would be like all the memories come rushing back. And if anything does unsaid, the truth would carry the memories. It's like you're feeling guilty about it, what happened in the past, and the memories would resurface. It's like they're all coming back to you if you forgotten what the truth really was, what really happened in the past. I would probably try to figure out what the truth is, trying to figure out what happened in the past, like say what really happened to those innocent people who died, to those spirits. They want to know what's going on, and they need to go back to the beginning and trying to get closure, justice, trying to figure it out, what is going on. And that's what the truth would be. I mean, they would show us what really happened. They want to know. They just couldn't remember. They're trying everything, trying to get pieces of it, like a memory. It's a part of us, but sometimes we forget, and the harder it will get if you don't remember I mean, some things could happen. Some things are good, some things are bad, and that's what the truth never comes out. So let's go to number 5. We have 3 questions left before I sign off. I'm hungry for lunch. It's probably already 11. It is like 9 minutes after 11. So, yeah. Why does the phone vanish? Maybe it's probably because the phone wasn't really there. It was probably hallucination, like an illusion. Like it wasn't really there. It was like I don't know, a past maybe. It's just memories. Maybe it wasn't really there. It's just part of the prank or whatever it was. Maybe I'm not really good with this. So maybe it's probably because somehow it wasn't really there. You probably just don't remember when the last time you had the phone or like where you left it and somehow it disappeared or someone stole it. You don't remember it. So that sort of thing. Maybe someone must have taken it in the past or you don't remember leaving it somewhere. That's why it vanished somehow. Or it's probably just a ghost phone. Or someone is like messing with you just to get the laugh out of you for themselves. All right. Can silence follow someone? I think so, yes. It probably can. If you like don't speak up, the silence will grow. I mean, that's why I'm talking. I don't feel silence right now, but if you're at the library, you have to be very quiet. So it's like a library that doesn't want you to talk. You have to speak only very quietly, like in a whisper or something like that. So it's a library. That's the reason why you don't talk that loud. So it's just the way it is. So, okay, so we've got one last question before I sign off. What would you say if asked? This one's for you, Chris. Here's a question again. What would you say if asked? Like any question or any answer. There's no right or wrong answer. Just leave me a comment down below. If anyone asked me, I would probably say whatever comes to my mind or whatever it comes to anyone's mind. So I would probably try to figure out what to say. You have to like think very carefully what you're going to say. That's what I would probably try to figure it out, but it is what it is. So anyway, okay, we are out of time. It is like 12 minutes after 11, and next week we'll be doing the new story called The Door That Wasn't There Yesterday. That's a new story. So here's what he's saying. I'm having chicken pot pie. I answer the question. Yes, Chris, yes. This is what I'm saying. So it could be any answer, it could be any question. Just have to think very carefully and very hard. If anyone questions you, whatever it is, you just have to think very hard and carefully what you might say. So, yeah. Anyway, Next week we'll be doing story number 82. It's called The Door That Wasn't There Yesterday. I hope you guys are ready. So thank you guys for listening and for watching this video. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. I'm going to go get some lunch. I am starving. So I'm probably going to eat some ramen noodles, maybe some fruit. Or I'm probably going to read my book while watching Law and Order SVU. I'm binge watching the show right now on Disney Plus. Right now, it has 26 seasons. Soon, there's going to be the 27th freaking season. I cannot wait. Plus, The Vampire Diaries. If you love The Vampire Diaries, season 9 is coming this year on Prime Video. They moved the show from Netflix to Prime Video. You guys can rewatch it on Prime Video. Same thing with the originals and legacies if they show up on Prime Video. And another show. It is called Lucifer. If you like the show called Lucifer, you can rewatch it from season 1 all the way to season 7. Season 7 is coming to Netflix. The actor who played Lucifer, his name is Tom Ellis. If you know who Tom Ellis is, he is the British actor from London who is an amazing actor who does a lot of roles. He plays a lot of characters from different roles, different movies or shows. He's the best and legend. He's got a lot of experience and it's part of his job, his career. He's doing it to provide for his family, like for his wife and kids. With this podcast, it's the same thing I'm doing for mine. Me doing the podcast, it's a real job. I'm providing for my boyfriend Chris and our little kitty. Her name is Tally. Tali. Tally. So she's a brown tabby little kitty. She's like almost 9 years old, and she's very picky and very protective and territorial. She does not like other animals. She doesn't like other pets, like literally. So anyway, thank you guys, and have a wonderful day. Stay safe and stay warm. So please click like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys next week on episode 82. So, happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy every bit of it. So, all right. Bye, guys.